All right. So in today's class, we will have some basic introduction about information retrieval concept. So what actually information retrieval is, and we will discuss about the strategies which are linked with this information retrieval system. Okay. So if first of all talking about information retrieval, if you look at the history of mankind, so the data was stored in some or other form, like uh, previously people used to write on walls or write on under the caves, so using rocks, right? So what they are doing is they are storing some information there, or they are simply um, uh, collecting data, and they are, whatever their views are there, whatever the information they have, whatever the experience that they have or they had, so they used to write them on the walls. They used to simply portray the life of their, would say, how they lived on the walls or on the rocks, right? So that is the information which is kept in some way, right? So retrieving that information means discovering the caves, right? If we discover the cave, we see the information and we retrieve the information. So that information gives the experience and the knowledge the ancient people have, and how they used to hunt, how they used to live. So all the information we get when we discover those things, right? So it's nothing but retrieving something, right? But as the time goes on, the data representation, or the form of storing the data has been changed, right? So people used to write on the leaves, people used to write on the, what we say, on the papers, right? On the papers. Now usually we also write on papers, but they used to write on some copper plates, right? So because the information is limited and the knowledge is limited, writing on a single copper plate or a leaf was enough, right? And it involved a huge labor in it. Okay, and retrieving them does not need any algorithms, or the retrieving them does not need any techniques or something. Simply, if you find them or if you read them, then that comes under information retrieval. So if we consider that as an example. But now if you consider now the data, the almost 90% of data is in digital form. So it is not on copper plates, it is not on some other platforms. It Most of the data which is available now is in digital forms, right? Now since we have it in digital form, we need a particular setup to store that digital data. So that's why we are using CDs, DVDs, hard disk, SSDs, solid state drives. So we are using all these modern devices to store the digital data in it. Now, what are the advantages of shifting to digital data? So first thing is, you can store enormous amount of data in a smallest possible capacity, or smallest possible size of a device. See, if you consider a pen drive, right? A pen drive, hardly it is the size of thumb, right? But still you can store the data. You can store data which is huge, right? In GBs or 2 GBs, even in terabytes of data, you can even store it in a hard disk now, right? So that is the advantage of digital data. So the amount of space required, or amount of area it occupies, is very small when compared to the previous uh, techniques or previous method we use, right? So that is the advantage of this digital data. And the one more advantage of storing data digitally is that we can retrieve that data very efficiently. So retrieving data efficiently means there is no need of digging the ground, or there is no need of going to caves, there is no need of diving into waterfalls and retrieving the information. So simply, if you know some algorithms, if you know some techniques, if you know some heuristics, then you can easily retrieve information which is in digital form. Got it? So these two things makes this digital data very popular now. One is a huge amount of data can be stored in a smallest area possible or space possible. And the second thing is retrieval of data is very easy, and very we can retrieve the data very efficiently without any loss of data. So that is why digital data is very popular now. Now, what what is actually a digital data? Is a digital data can be text data, it can be audio, it can be a video, it can be images, anything which is stored in the form of ones and zeros digitally, or is called as a digital data. Now, in this subject, we are going to learn about this retrieval mechanism, how to retrieve the data which is stored in digital form. All right, so let's see some details about this information retrieval system. So point number one is information retrieval aims at modeling, designing and implementing systems able to provide fast and effective content-based access to large amounts of information. So the the concept of information retrieval revolves around this thing, that how we can efficiently retrieve data from the storage devices. So that is the main aim of information retrieval systems. So it concentrates on how we can model a method, how we can design a method, and how can we implement that methods to retrieve the data very effectively, very fast from the storage devices. So this is the main motto of information retrieval. ఓకే. సో, మన దగ్గరున్నది ఏంటంటే, ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ రిట్రీవల్ దగ్గర ఉన్న మెయిన్ మోటో ఏంటంటే, డిజిటల్‌గా స్టోర్ అయ్యి ఉన్న డేటాని ఎంత ఫాస్ట్‌గా, ఎంత ఎఫెక్టివ్‌గా ఏంటంటే, ఏ డేటా అనేది లాస్ అవ్వకుండా మొత్తం డేటాని మనం ఎలా రిట్రీవ్ చేయగలము వితిన్ షార్టెస్ట్ పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ టైమ్. సో, అదే మెయిన్ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ రిట్రీవల్ యొక్క మోటో అది. సెకండ్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే, the aim of an IR system is to estimate the relevance of information items such as text documents, images, and video to a user information needed. So the first thing, or the important thing the IR system does is it relates the human query to the documents. So it checks the relevance between the human query and the documents which are available. So query is nothing but if we are searching for a document. So suppose if we are googling something, okay, Google something. So what you will write? You write a sentence or a word or something, right? So if you are searching for the information retrieval system book by Grossman. So what we will write? You will write some sentence. So that is nothing but you are writing a query. You are writing a query in the Google search, like information retrieval system by Grossman. So what this IR system do is it will check the relevance between your query and the documents which is available in the data center, and it will check the similarity coefficient. That means how similar these words are with the documents, and then it will show the output. So it will check the text document, it will check the images, it will check the videos, and all the content which is stored in digitally. Okay, and it retrieves the information. The third point is search information needed is represented in the form of a query, which usually corresponds to a bag of words. Like I said, the question you are asking is considered as a query. That means the book or the data which you are looking for, you put it in the form of a sentence. So that is called as a query. So basically, this query is nothing but a group of words. Like if I am looking for a book called operating systems, so operating systems, if I type operating systems by Nathan, So these are the group of words and which are considered as query, and the IR system will search for the words or search for the relevant words in the documents. If the match is found, then it is retrieved. And the fourth point is the primary goal of an IR system is to retrieve all the information items that are relevant to a user query while retrieving a few non-relevant items as possible. So yes, the IR system's main goal is to retrieve the the content which the user is looking for, and also it should look after the non-retrieving of the items which are not relevant. Okay, so it should display the documents which are very relevant to you. Suppose if you are looking for the information retrieval system book, so and you have typed this information retrieval system in Google. Instead, Google have shown you the books of operating system. So how you feel? How would you feel as a user? So you definitely start abusing Google, right? So you are asking for something and it is showing something else. So the IR system which the Google is using is not what we say apt or not good for this retrieval system. So the retrieval system's ultimate goal has to be it should retain or it should retrieve the documents which are relevant to the user, not the documents which are not relevant to the user. Okay, so that is the another goal of IR system. And the last point is the retrieved information items should be ranked from the most relevant to the least relevant. So after retrieving the relevant documents, so when I'm looking for the particular book, so it may show many options for me. So if you Google something, it will not show you a single link, isn't it? It will show you it will show you multiple links. So those links are actually ranked first, and those are displayed to the user. So based on the number of users have accessed, or based on the popularity of that website, or based on the popularity of the citations of the document, the Google or the information system will rank the documents, or based on the query of the user, it will rank the document. That means it will rank the document which is more accurate or which is more relevant to the user as a first document or first link. So similarly, it will display all the available options you have. So we call it as a ranking option, and you can choose the whatever the document which you are looking for, okay, by seeing all the options. Sometimes the IR system may uh, rank the documents not properly, or may rank the documents in not in the user desired way. So what you will do is you will check the page one, you will check the page two, you will check the page three, and you will search for the document which you are looking for. That means there is something problem with the query, or there is something problem with the IR system the Google is using. So there may be the two cases. Okay, so if you write your query correctly, and if the IR system is good, then there is a 99% chance that you will get the document which you are looking for. So the best example for information retrieval system is Google. That's it. Okay, even we have Wikipedia, even we have some other Google search, even we have scikit-learn, we have many other the sites where you can search for the data. But the most powerful algorithms and which are implemented right now in Google. So this is the best retrieval system we can consider as an example. Now coming to the information retrieval strategy. So far we were discussing about what actually information system retrieval is. Now we will see what are the strategies. So what are the strategies this information retrieval system uses to retrieve the information? Okay, so let's see the definition of this one. A retrieval strategy is an algorithm that takes a query queue and a set of documents from D1 to Dn and identifies the similarity coefficient. Yes. So basically the strategies are always represented in the form of algorithms. From algorithms, it is converted into code, and that code is implemented, and the information retrieval system is modeled. Understand? So the initial step is algorithm. So that's why a retrieval strategy is an algorithm where it takes a query from the user and the set of documents, and it finds the similarity coefficient between the query and the documents. How similar are these query and the documents? Understand? So we call it as SC, that is similarity coefficient. Okay. If the similarity coefficient of the query and the document is same, then we will get coefficient as 1. If both are totally different, we will get the similarity coefficient as 0. If it is in between, we will get the similarity coefficient in between 0 and 1, like 0 0.1, 0 0.2, 0 0.3, 4, 5, 6. So based on the how similar they are, you will get the similar coefficient value. So if they are totally similar, then you will get the value as 1. But most of the cases you never get 1. You will get up to 0.8 or 0.9. Okay. Okay. For each of the documents. Okay, right. So this is how every strategy of information retrieval system works. So it will look for the query, it will look for the documents, it will calculate the similarity coefficient between the query and the document, and based on the value of the similarity coefficient, it will rank it. So if more the similarity coefficient, it will get the highest rank. Okay, highest rank means the top rank, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in increasing order. All right. So we will see some of the information retrieval strategies here. In fact, we have 9 to 10 information retrieval strategies, but in our syllabus, the main two strategies we discuss are vector space model and probabilistic retrieval. These are the two strategies which we are going to learn in our course. So let's first see the what is vector space model. So I hope since you are math students, I hope you know what is a vector. So vector is something, a value which have what do you say, which have a direction and which have a magnitude to it. Okay, so it's a point in a space. Vector is nothing but a point in a space. So in this model, what happens is it will consider both the query and the document as 2 points in space. So imagine a space, empty space, and imagine query and document as the 2 dots in the space. So if the space between the 2 dots is greater, that means the space between the query and the document is that means they are far away aparted, then the similarity coefficient is less. That means they are not similar at all. But if the query vector and the document vector, if these two vectors are very close to each other, that means they are very similar. They are very similar, and the similarity coefficient is high for the document. So this is the concept which vector space model uses. So both the query and each document are represented as vectors in the term space. A measure of similarity between the two vectors is computed. So as I said, it's like measuring the distance between the 2 points. If the distance is smaller, then they are similar. If the distance is larger or more, then they are dissimilar. So this is a concept vector space model uses. Right. So we will discuss this vector space model in detail in the next class. So we'll move on to the next one. Okay, the meeting will in 10 minutes. Okay, let me finish this one. So next thing is probabilistic retrieval. So here we are using the concept of probability, and this concept is well known to you because you have P&S and you have seen probability in other classes. So the overall concept of this probabilistic retrieval revolves around the probability concept. So a probability based on the likelihood that a term will appear in a relevant document is computed for each term in the collection. Imagine or suppose that in our query we have a term called operating. So we will calculate the probability of this word operating. That means how likely this word may appear in the documents in the listed documents. So we calculate probability of each and every word in the query. Suppose if I am looking for the operating system book by Nathan, so it will calculate the probability of operating, it will calculate the probability of system, or it will calculate the probability of operating system word as a single word. Okay, it will calculate the probability of the whole sentence like operating system book by Nathan as a single sentence. So it will calculate probability of each and every one and the whole system, and based on the probability values, okay, it will retrieve the data. Okay, so for terms that match between a query and the document, the similarity measure is computed as a combination of the probabilities of each of the matching terms. So basically it will consider the terms in the query, it will consider the terms in the document, and it will calculate the probability of the both the terms, and based on the value the similarity coefficient is decided. So basically we are using the concept of probability in this model. So in one model we are using the distances between 2 points, the other model we are using the probability concept. So we will calculate the probability, and I will show you how to calculate the probability in the coming classes when we discuss about this model. So these are the two important models which we are going to discuss for retrieving the information. And other models include the inference networks, Boolean indexing, latent semantic indexing, neural networks, genetic algorithms, fuzzy set retrieval. So these are the other models or other strategies we have to retrieve the information, but we don't discuss this concept in our syllabus. So in our syllabus, we have only these two concepts. So we are going to discuss what is a vector space model and probabilistic retrieval model. Got it? So this is it for today's class. I hope you understood. So far we have seen some basic details of what actually information retrieval system is, and we have seen there's some strategies of retrieving the information like vector space model and probabilistic retrieval. If you have any doubts, you can ask me now.